So, as has now become a part of history, Cardi B, a former reality show star, a former stripper, is now one of the most popular female rappers on the planet. A few months ago, as you well know, she released a song Bodak Yellow, which was kind of remixing the flow from Kodak's No Flocking, and it had a similar beat. And the whole thing just kind of blew up. It had these really kind of quotable lyrics like "these are red bottoms, these are bloody shoes," those types of things. It was basically perfect for drunk girls to shout out at parties or put as their Twitter or Instagram captions. So it just turned out to be a total viral hit, and it's slowly been climbing the charts. But a lot of people didn't expect it to get to number one because it doesn't necessarily have a melodic, catchy hook, and it is very trappy, the instrumental, and it's very straightforward with the rapping. So it originally didn't have a whole lot of chart appeal, but today, finally, after battling for a few weeks now with Taylor Swift's new single, Look What You Made Me Do, it has finally reached number one in the Billboard Hot 100. And you can go on Cardi B's Instagram page. She's celebrating like crazy. She just held a press conference to celebrate and announce the news. Her boyfriend Offset also posted on Instagram about it. So honestly, she's kind of skyrocketed from essentially, I'd say, beginning of this year, late last year, actually kind of even early into 2016 when she first started announcing she was rapping and first started dropping songs. She was okay, but a lot of people saw her as a joke, especially considering she had a very humorous and over-the-top persona on reality TV. And then, she obviously had already built up a following on Instagram with these kind of funny videos just about daily things that happen in her life. So she definitely had a springboard for this single to be successful, but I don't think anybody saw it going the way it did. But now, officially, Lauryn Hill, who you might know from Fugees, and Cardi B are the only females in history to get to the top 100, or to top the Hot 100, with a solo rap song. So I think Lauryn Hill was sometime in the mid-90s, so it's been 25, 26 years since anything like this has been accomplished. So it's pretty simple to say that Cardi B is probably the hottest female rapper out right now. So you might be thinking, well, what about Nicki Minaj? And there has kind of been subtle disses thrown back and forth. Neither of them have truly openly disrespected each other, but there's a song that London on the Track, the producer, released with 21 Savage, Offset, and Nicki Minaj. And in Nicki's verse, she says, "Lil, I heard these labels trying to make another me. Everything you get in little cause of me. I heard I'm stopping bags. Word to Shaggy, was it me? These is my sons, but they daddy ain't busting me." And then later on in the song, she says, "I ain't fucking with you, sis. We ain't with the incest. Yes, I am the queen. I'm still trying to find the princess." So, and one more lyric, actually. These seem to be pretty direct shots. I don't know how much you could be reading in between the lines here, because she might as well have said Cardi B's name. She says, "They know my name ring bells, so they still press. Say the queen name, you can still get some ill press." So essentially, I think Nicki finds that Cardi B is kind of riding off her wave. And she has a similar image, especially with a totally kind of plastified body. Like, both of them have very obviously had a ton of plastic surgery. Both of them kind of have like that Bronxy, New Yorkie accent, that like kind of tough street accent. But although Nicki has gone the pop route for most of her career, whereas Cardi's always been more of a straight up rapper. But I think Nicki feels that Cardi has kind of stolen some of her street persona, along with she kind of had this like street crossover pop appeal, and then also kind of the way her body was and the way she exhibited her sexuality and wasn't afraid to talk about it on record. And so I think there definitely could be personalities drawn, but I think it's enough of a difference between the two, especially because you watch these interviews with Cardi B, and she's very funny off the cuff, and she has a very recognizable and unique personality. I think she's definitely here to stay, especially if she can come up with a decent debut album. I think it's coming out either late October or early October. Could be either one. But even if she doesn't have to follow it up with another smash hit. She just has to have the album do moderately well. She has to have a few songs off of it do moderately well, and then I think she can coast on that for a little while until the next big hit comes along. So is there a beef between Nicki and Cardi? It's possible. I think in Nicki's shoes, she'd obviously be pretty jealous that someone kind of ran off with her swag, did something different with it, and got a big hit off of it. But that's the same thing you could ask, like, is Chief Keef jealous of Playboy Cardi? Cardi ran off with his swag and created Magnolia, and I really don't think Keef's bitter about it. So I think you should be happy that you were so influential, and someone was so, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery, so maybe that's what's going on here. But either way, Cardi B, first woman in something like 25, 26 years to top the Billboard Hot 100 with a rap song, and this is not a rap song with a hook or anything like that or some poppy beat to it. It's just straight up bars, and she topped the Hot 100, and that's definitely something to be proud of.